What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today is more like a podcast setup, simply because I want to talk about something that I have been seeing flood YouTube comments as far as like the Fantastic Four and stuff goes. Now, on my initial watch of the trailer that I uploaded a couple days ago, I did not notice that Sue Storm was speaking for Reed Richards at a lot of the pivotal moments in the trailer, like when the Silver Surfer came and asked, "Are you the protectors of Earth?" She stepped up and said, "Yeah." Or how Johnny basically said that you're not cut out to be a father. And I overlooked all of that simply because, of the joy of actually seeing these characters come back to life on the silver screen. And I genuinely still, even with all of that, I'm pretty excited for Fantastic Four. Now, do I believe that in some cases and in some movies, in some media, women can be strong, willful, and can lead? Yes, I do. We have plenty of media out there that shows that is more than possible. Sarah Connor, Ripley. So, to name two right off the top of my head. So, we've run into this issue in pop culture and in movie and TV show culture where, and it really started with the Me Too movement, where women are being put on a pedestal. Men are being emasculated to then put those same women on pedestals. Men have to be dumb. Men have to be goofy. And it was very prominent in that Ghostbusters movie that came out with the woman cast, and Chris Hemsworth being their secretary was just dumb, incompetent. He was an idiot. He was goofy. He was the butt of the joke. Now, do I think that that's happening in this movie? No. Because anyone that's been married or anyone that's been in a very long relationship or has been engaged knows that there are at some points in a man's life where he hits his lows, right? And your partner is there to not only help elevate you, but help keep you motivated, help keep you grounded. Help reinvigorate that strength in you that you once had when it needs to come out again. And I think that's what's happening in this movie, especially with Sue and Reed Richards. I don't have a problem seeing the woman, in this case, step up and be her man's support. Now, I'm hoping that it doesn't go to the point to where she hero, he not. I'm hoping it doesn't get to that point to where he's on the back burner of his own team, because Reed Richards is the leader of the Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? He's the leader. She's only second in command because they're married. But realistically speaking, they're a team, they're a family. They discuss plans together, but on the fly, Reed Richards is the quarterback. So, being that Disney and Marvel has had a history with forcefully inserting feministic ideologies into their characters where, honestly, it's not needed, it is a little concerning. And I see where people are concerned with, I think that the female Silver Surfer is going to help destroy Galactus or send Galactus? Yes. I mean, it happened in the original Fantastic Four, the movie that came out in the early 2000s. Silver Surfer helped destroy Galactus. I mean, do I see that as a problem? No. Do I think that Silver Surfer is the one that they should have went with? No. That wasn't a very successful run. That Silver Surfer died quickly. There's a lot of Heralds that they could have gone with, but they used her instead of Norm Rad, which is weird to me because that's his most famous Herald. But, okay, we're here, so there's no point in complaining about it. I think the movie will be fine. If the tone of the movie matches the tone that they made in the trailer. If it's serious, if the stakes are high, if they don't play everything up for jokes, I think the movie will be fine. If they don't emasculate Reed Richards, I think the movie will be fine. I think we're going to really get a look into the life of a married couple and a married couple being superheroes. Because we haven't really got that. We didn't get that with Tony and Pepper. We didn't get that with Peter and Gamora. You know what I mean? We didn't really get that with MJ and Peter. So this is really going to give us a look at, okay, this is what it's like to be married. This is what it's like to be celebrities. This is what it looks like to be superheroes. This is what it looks like to be scientists and astronauts. And of course, with all of that comes a lot of pressure. And women are the foundation of marriages, right? Women are the foundation. Of course, the man is the head and all of this other stuff, but generally when all else fails and the man is feeling like the pressures of the world, because even in the real world, men don't get the respect that I think we deserve. We're just expected to do because that's what we've been bred and designed to do. So when that all finally catches up and you feel like all hope is lost, you're supposed to have your partner to fall back on. You're supposed to have your partner there to motivate you. And I think that's what a lot of these YouTubers that has reviewed the trailer is forgetting. I get it. No, trust me, I get it because of the history that Marvel has given us as far as men and women dynamics in their movies. I completely understand it. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for it. I'm only trying to get people to see a different side and trying to get them to see that this is most likely what they're trying to go with versus this. Now, I will get on here after I watch the movie and say if I'm wrong. I will admit that I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm not going to get on here and boast about it. The footage is going to be up on YouTube, so people will be able to come back and see that I was right. You know what I mean? But if I'm wrong, I'll get back on here and say, yeah, I was wrong. They totally emasculated Reed Richards. He was the butt of the joke. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So I think people need to look at it like that. Now, as far as Galactus goes, they're building him up in this movie to be a problem. The Fantastic Four can't figure out how to defeat him, which I think is good. I think we do need a movie like Infinity War or Endgame, where, Endgame they found a way finally to defeat him. They almost didn't again, but Infinity War where the villains win and the heroes lose. I think that's a little more realistic than the heroes winning every single time. You know what I mean? It gives the universe stakes. It shows that there are more powerful forces out there than our heroes. Because in Infinity War, they got emasculated. When I say emasculated, they got emasculated. Okay? They Lord have mercy. I just rewatched that movie the other day, and you kind of forget how bad they lost. Yeah, you remember the snap and Thanos wiping out half the universe. But throughout the movie, with the Black Order and everything, you forget how bad they lost at every single turn. You know what I mean? Thanos getting the Infinity Stones, people dying. So this is what it seems like they're building Galactic. Because this Earth, you saw in the trailer, this Earth does not make it. Fantastic Four lose. Okay? To the point where they have to come to the main universe and warn the Avengers hear that this threat is potentially coming. And the only reason why Galactus is being introduced is because of their son. Their son. Who has the power to create universes, mind you. The fact that they had a god-level child, literally an entity that could create its own universes. He created, in the comics, he created a universe in his bedroom. So Galactus is here to absorb his powers and jumpstart his own universe, apparently. From the leaks, it just looks like Galactus is coming to destroy this planet because the Silver Surfer said this planet was marked for death. Now, they may add more in the movie. That may be out of context in the trailer. But it'll be interesting to see. And I think people really have to wait to pass judgment before, until they see the movie. They just threw this trailer together. This is our first trailer. And this movie comes out in like 2 months or something like that. Something like that. 2 weeks? 2 months? I don't remember. But it comes out soon. So, just wait and see. I think they're doing everything right this time because they're trying to get back to where they were with phases 1 through 3. So we have to have a little patience and faith. And I'm not only saying this because I'm looking forward to this movie. Because the Thunderbolts looks good too. That's another movie where you have this threat that you're trying to figure out how the hell could they possibly beat them. Sentry, or the Void, in this case. So, and I don't care what people say, Captain America wasn't that fucking bad. It wasn't as bad as they say it was. They're just complaining because Steve Rogers isn't Captain America. Let's be completely fucking honest. If Steve Rogers was still Captain America, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America and the Winter Soldier, wouldn't have been received the way it was, and this movie wouldn't have been received the way it was. And in the comics, Falcon was a pretty popular Captain America. Yeah, I don't think he went by the moniker of Captain America. Or no, he actually did. Bucky didn't go by the moniker of Captain America in the comics when he took over the SHIELD. But people are just complaining to complain at this fucking point. And I know why, but I'm talking about Fantastic Four. Wait to pass judgment. When we get more information and news and reviews out, okay, at that point then you can kind of piece together what you want to piece together. But until then, the first trailer came out. Everything we've heard about the movie so far hasn't really been too bad. Everybody loved the test screenings. So it's just kind of like, okay, now at this point, people are just complaining to complain about something. Like, just wait. It's coming out soon. I understand the concern, and trust me, I have my concerns as far as Fantastic Four goes, too. I'm disappointed in a lot of Marvel's products, like a lot of you are. I've been disappointed in it for a very long time. I haven't even bothered to watch Agatha Harkness or whatever the hell that's called. Loki season 2. I've watched clips. A lot of their TV shows that come on Disney Plus I haven't watched. I remember a couple years ago when WandaVision came out, and a lot of the signs pointed to Mephisto being the big villain, and the director came out and said that wasn't even the intention. She didn't even know who Mephisto was. So not only are they hiring people that She-Hulk was another one. Not only are they hiring people that have no clue about the history of these characters or who these characters are morally, they're just hiring people to make a product. And that's what Marvel has been for the last couple years. Since the end of Phase 3, Marvel has been nothing more than a fucking candy product. You just keep pumping it out. You make one, it's a trailer for the next one. That's all Marvel has been for the last couple years. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Kang shouldn't have died at the hands of ants. I'm very critical of Marvel too. That was fucking stupid. That pissed me off so fucking much. Ant-Man should have Ant-Man, Spider-Man. These are superheroes that should be more like neighborhood names, especially fucking Ant-Man. Because in the comics, Spider-Man took on a lot of powerful characters. Ant-Man, on the other hand, taking on please. Loki couldn't even. 2 seasons. He Who Remains. He had to let Sylvia kill him. And then it turned out that he didn't even kill. It was all a setup for season 2. And you gonna tell me Ant-Man. Okay. Kiss my ass. If you liked what I had to say, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. If not, let me know in the comment section what you found wrong with the video. Let's have a discussion in the comment section. These type of conversations interest me. So I'll be more than engaging, but keep it respectful. Because I will block you. This is my channel. So my rules. Keep it respectful. Keep it humble. And we can have a conversation. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. I'm out. Be patient with Fantastic Four now. I really think it's going to do good. Okay? Peace.